saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon.
Hey, what's going on? It's Dr. Gonzo Boogie here again, and in this video I'm going to be showing my top 10 favorite science fiction films and what I think are 10 of the best sci-fi films ever made. And number 10 is Highlander, and I love this movie. One of the main reasons I love this movie is because of the Kurgan, the main villain in this movie, is just so badass. The actor who plays him does a great job, and he steals every single scene he's in this movie. And other than that, it's just a really cool sci-fi movie. Kind of like a cheesy, not really cheesy, but just a fun 80s action sci-fi film. Definitely recommend Highlander if you've never seen it. And then number 9 is Forbidden Planet, which is this is a 50s sci-fi movie. Came out in 1956, and this actually stars Leslie Nielsen in it, which you may know him from comedy films and stuff like that, like the Naked Gun series and stuff like that. He's pretty funny, but in this movie he plays like a serious role. This was early on in his acting career, and this is when he played a serious character, not a goofball. But this movie is just great, and if you wanna check out a really good 50s sci-fi movie, not one that's cheesy or ridiculous, definitely check out Forbidden Planet. It has a really well written story with a lot of thought put into it. The special effects are amazing. They almost look as good as 80s science fiction special effects. It's just, the special effects are amazing. It influenced a lot of sci-fi movies to come after this. And just everything about this movie is cool. If you've never seen this movie or even heard of it, definitely check it out. It has Robbie the Robot in it, which he was famous in the 50s for being just a science fiction robot. They had toys of him and everything like that. And this is just a classic science fiction film. And then here we have another classic, which is Planet of the Apes. And I'm sure all of you have heard of this, and if you haven't heard of it, I'm sure you at least know about it or something. If you haven't seen it, you've definitely heard of it, you know what I mean? And it's just an awesome science fiction film. Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston, and just classic. I would always put this in my top 10 favorite science fiction films. I actually own the 35th anniversary full screen edition, which is alright. I wish I had the widescreen edition also, but I got this for a really good price, and I just really like the package design. If I ever see the widescreen, I'll buy it, so I have like both. I always thought it was weird how they used to do that back in the not early DVD days, but when they would release the widescreen and full screens on separate DVDs. I've seen 20th Century Fox do that a lot, and it's kind of, I understand why they do it, but I like it better if it's just, either both are featured on a disc, or it's a flip disc, or it's a 2 disc, something like that, But then here is another one of my favorite science fiction films. Well, all these are, of course, but this one I just really would recommend, which is John Carpenter's The Thing. If you're like a horror movie fan, or because this is also, you can consider this a horror movie in a sense too, but it's more of a science fiction film too. It's a little bit of both, with John Carpenter as the director, known for doing Halloween and a bunch of other great horror films. But this is just great, and if you've never seen this movie and you're a horror movie, science fiction, or John Carpenter fan, definitely check it out. One of the best science fiction films I can think of. And then here's one of the only really newer films I have on this list, which is Ridley Scott's Prometheus, which I was really blown away when I first saw this. I didn't see it in theaters, which I wish I did, but I bought it. I got it on DVD a little bit after it came out, and I just thought this movie was great. Really cool, and it's cool how it's also kind of a little like prequel or whatever you want to call it to Alien. In a sense, it ties in with Alien, but other than that, it's a really good science fiction movie on its own. I felt like it was really smart, even though it had its slip ups, and I thought it was just really, the effects were great. Everything about it I thought was great. The acting, the suspense. It was just another great science fiction film, and it was really cool to see Ridley Scott come back to do science fiction, because that's really one of my favorite genres that he does. When he does a sci-fi movie, it always comes out good in my opinion, and he hasn't done too many. I think I have most of his sci-fi movies on this list, but this is just cool. I would definitely recommend this one too. And then of course, to follow up on Prometheus, I have Alien, which is just great. Of course, I've talked about this in almost so many of my other videos, because this is just one of my favorite science fiction films ever made. It's kind of like a horror movie in space. It's just awesome, and I'm pretty sure almost everyone's seen this by now. So, Alien, watch it. And then next up on the list is A Clockwork Orange, which is this is a Stanley Kubrick film, which Stanley Kubrick is another one of my all-time favorite directors. He along with Ridley Scott, Ridley Scott directed Alien and Prometheus on my list. But another one of my favorite directors is Stanley Kubrick, who directed A Clockwork Orange. And this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and this is just a very weird, artsy, futuristic movie that's it's just crazy. It's intense and crazy, and if you've never seen this, or you haven't really gotten in like discovered Stanley Kubrick's films yet, this is definitely a cool film to start off with as a Stanley Kubrick fan, even though it is weird. But it's also one of his coolest and most original films too, for being crazy. And it's just known for how amazing everything is. Just like Stanley Kubrick is, everything he does is amazing. He spends so much time and so many years and research in making his movies that they're just, when you see them, they're just all great. I have most of his movies on DVD, and I would recommend almost all of them. But Clockwork Orange, definitely one of my favorite science fiction movies, and also one of my favorite movies of all time. And then number 3, which I haven't been counting out loud, but I'll probably list it or something like that on the top of the screen, some crazy effect like that. But this is Videodrome, and this is another one of my favorite movies of all time, and obviously one of my favorite sci-fi movies. And this is just awesome. This is my favorite David Cronenberg film, and it stars James Woods, who does an awesome job in this. He's also really cool in Cat's Eye. He is in one of the skits in that movie, and it's well, not one of the skits, one of the like parts in that movie. It's like a 3-part anthology film, and it's pretty cool. But Videodrome does a great job in. Debbie Harry is in this. She's the lead singer of Blondie, and I'm a huge fan of her work as a musician and an actress. She's just an awesome person, and she does a great job in this movie too as Nikki. And this is just a crazy movie. Cronenberg's known for like doing a lot of like mind fuck type movies that just mess with your mind and are like not exactly hard to follow, but just you just have to watch them a bunch of times to like start to get what's like going on real good. But I've seen Videodrome so many times now that like I just sort of like know what's going on. It's one of my favorite movies to watch. I totally zone in on it every time I watch it, and most of the time I'll want to watch it again right afterwards. It's just that once I'm in that Videodrome world, even though it's like extremely weird world to be in, it's just a very cool movie world. It totally like Cronenberg totally engulfs you into the world of this movie. I totally feel like I'm part of it when I'm watching it. Just great. Cronenberg, one of my favorite directors. I probably would have put more of his movies on this list if I made it my top like 15 or 20. But this is the only one from him that got on my list. But that's why I put it up so high, just because he's one of the best in my opinion. And then here we have another Stanley Kubrick film, which is 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I have the poster behind me, which this is one of my favorite movies of all time. 2001. I've studied this movie like no one should. I've written like essays and shit about it, written things about it, and I just love this movie. Love everything about it. I've read the book. This is just a really cool movie. It has a lot of different like levels to it, and you can watch it as just a sci-fi movie, but then you can watch it as like there's a lot of like just symbolism in almost like every scene in this movie. It's just a very beautiful movie, very well directed, very well crafted, and so many years and time were spent on this movie that it's amazing. It's one of the best science fiction movies I've ever seen, and one of the best movies I've ever seen. If you've never seen this movie and you feel like it has a reputation for being boring or whatever, then it's like what are you watching movies for? It's like you should definitely check this out. It's a really good movie experience. It's avant-garde, it's weird, but it's definitely worth seeing at least once. But I love this film. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And then here is a close tie with 2001, but this is my all-time favorite movie, and this is my favorite science fiction movie, Blade Runner. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I just love this movie, Blade Runner. It's just a perfect movie in my opinion. Perfect science fiction movie. Perfect everything. I just love every single thing about this movie. The acting is great. Again, I get sucked right into the world. I believe everything that's going on, and just everything seems to make sense. It's a really smart movie. I have the 4-disc set, which is awesome. Comes with almost all of the cuts of the movie, which I'm a huge nerd of this movie, so I like collect and watch all the cuts of it. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful science fiction movie. It's fast paced too. It doesn't like draw on with any special effects scenes for like 10 minutes. It's really straight to the point and really just awesome. Everything about this movie is just great. And if you haven't seen this, definitely recommend go out and see Blade Runner. But that was my top 10 science fiction films list, and the next top 10 video I put out will probably be my top 10 horror movies. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a lover.